Hello everyone, I'm Nikhil Sahajpal. I'm a research associate at Augusta University. I'm presenting the work entitled Utility of Whole Genome Optical Mapping in Cytogenetic Analysis of Solid Tumors and Hematological Malignancies. I will be talking about the importance of structural variations in hematological malignancies and solid tumors, and how we implemented a novel whole genome optical mapping technology for next generation cytogenomics using the Bionano Sapphire platform. I will be discussing our results and sharing the conclusion of this study. To obtain a comprehensive cytogenetic profile, we need to perform karyotyping, FISH, and microarrays. However, there are certain limitations associated with these technologies. For karyotyping, there is a requirement for live cells, and culturing becomes an issue for solid tumors. The sensitivity and specificity of karyotyping can affect reporting as it misses cryptic translocations, and the SVs can be inaccurate for location and size. The FISH panels require a priori knowledge, as these panels are targeted, and performing multiple FISH panels can be time consuming and cost prohibitive. The microarrays have an inability to delineate balanced translocations and low-level mosaicisms. A combination of these technologies would be cost prohibitive and time consuming. So there is a clear need for novel high-resolution methods that can detect all clinically relevant structural variations in these clinical samples. I would be spending some time on the Bionano workflow. The first and foremost requirement is an isolation of high molecular weight DNA. Once the DNA is isolated, it is labeled at specific motifs which span out the entire genome. Once the DNA is labeled, it is transferred into a chip, a cartridge, which is then loaded into a Sapphire platform. Inside the cartridge, the DNA linearizes first into microchannels and then into nanochannels by the virtue of electrophoresis. And simultaneously, it is optically captured. From these images, a de novo assembly is mapped, and the consensus genome, the de novo genome, is matched to a reference genome. In this study, we had analyzed solid tumors and hematological malignancies, which included blood as a sample type, bone marrows, frozen BMNCs, and solid tumors. All hematological malignancy samples were previously characterized by karyotyping and FISH, whereas all the solid tumor cases were previously characterized by OncoScan microarray. This slide depicts all the hematological malignancy cases and their FISH and karyotype data. As you can see, we have included different cases such as essential thrombocythemia, myelodysplastic syndrome, acute myeloid leukemia, and chronic myeloid leukemia. For the sake of this presentation, I would be discussing two acute myeloid leukemia cases. One which has a simple karyotype, a translocation of chromosome 8 and 21, and another acute myeloid leukemia case with a complex karyotype. In this AML case, a translocation 821 was characterized by karyotyping, and it was identified by whole genome optical mapping. In this circus plot, we can see the translocation with this red line which extends between chromosome 8 and chromosome 21. The translocation can also be viewed with this SV track, where the breakpoints can be visualized and matched with the reference genome. The blue is the de novo assembly, and the green panels are the reference genome. The top panel is chromosome 8 and the lower panel is chromosome 9, and we can clearly visualize the breakpoints of this translocation in this visualization. The second AML case has a complex karyotype, and even with whole genome optical mapping, it looks cumbersome, but just the visualization in the circus plot and the CNV track, we can derive certain information as for these losses and these gains, and the translocations can be viewed in this circus plot. However, we made this attempt to delineate all the information that was obtained by karyotype and FISH, and identified whether we are able to identify these events with whole genome optical mapping, and we had 100% concordance with the karyotype FISH data. But in addition to these events, we could delineate these events with whole genome optical mapping, which remain ambiguous with karyotype. For example, this derivative 3 at 3, Q27 and insertion 3 could be seen as 3 distinct events with binary whole genome optical mapping. The insertion 3 was resolved as a translocation 3-3. Add 3Q27 was resolved as a translocation 310, and a separate event was identified as a deletion on chromosome 10. We can also see that trisomy 9 was a mosaic gain of 2 large segments on chromosome 9 with whole genome optical mapping, and similarly a trisomy 22 was seen as a mosaic gain of chromosome 22. Now I have labeled the previously cumbersome circus plot with the events that I had just discussed. I would like to highlight that the insertion 3 that was resolved as translocation 3-3 can be viewed in this circus plot. The add 3Q27 that was resolved as translocation 310 can be viewed as this translocation on the circus plot, and the add 4Q21 which was resolved as translocation 2-4 can be viewed in this circus plot. Further, the mosaic gains at chromosome 9 and at chromosome 22 can be seen in the CNV track. Now to come to the solid tumor cases, this is a complex case of astrocytoma, which was previously characterized on an OncoScan microarray, and the microarray report showed negative for chromosome 1p deletion, and the chromosome 19q deletion was detected with multiple CNVs. Whole genome optical mapping was able to identify these events, that is, the deletion of chromosome 19q was detected, and so as the multiple CNVs. However, in addition to the findings of the OncoScan microarray data, the whole genome optical mapping was able to identify these additional translocations, which we are now investigating with different technologies and looking into these events. Thus, to conclude, the whole genome optical mapping accurately detects all SVs, translocation, insertion, CNVs, and mosaicisms. Whole genome optical mapping data provides a de novo genome assembly of highest quality in different sample types. The whole genome optical mapping defines the breakpoints of and the translocation partners that were ambiguous with karyotyping, and in our pilot study with 20 samples, the whole genome optical mapping data was 100% concordant with genomic alterations detected by karyotyping, FISH, and microarrays. With this, I would like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Ravindra Kole. I would like to thank the GEM Lab Scientific Director, Dr. Alka Chaube, I would also like to thank the GemLab members, Dr. Ashish Mandal, Dr. Alan Jao, Dr. Pankaj Aluwalia, Dr. Minakshi Aluwalia, Sudhanand Kimia Jones, and Yasmin Jilani. I would like to thank the BioNano team members, Alex Hasty, Jill Lai, Ben Clifford, and Jeff Robinson for their support and help with this data. Thank you.